The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a background for our self-portrait. You're going to take a cup of water and you're just going to add a little bit of water underneath each piece of tissue. It doesn't matter what colors you use. If you want to use specific colors, you can. Just make sure that there's a little bit of water under each piece of tissue as if you are gluing it down. The water should make the tissue stick to the paper. Now you might notice that as you're working, down your paper that the top ones will start to dry. If they do dry, they will probably fall off, and that is okay. These are not meant to stay on forever. They will eventually dry and fall off, and the color will stay on your paper. Drying, we're going to start our self-portrait. For your head, you're going to either use a circle or an oval. Try to start this nice and big towards the top of your paper so that your self-portrait doesn't end up super tiny. For the neck, we're going to have two lines coming down because our neck is a rectangle or a square. A neckline for your shirt, and then the top of your body is kind of like a rectangle. So we're going to kind of add that. Our arms come off to the sides like a rectangle. Okay, our arms are not lines. Okay, they have shape to them. And you can be waving or your hand can be straight. Your arms can be straight. For the hands, I usually do a mitten hand. So it's an oval and then we add a little thumb, kind of as if we're wearing mittens. If you want to add go back and add fingers, you can. Then we're going to do the legs. Each of your legs is also a rectangle. A long, skinny rectangle. And then for the feet, we're just going to do an oval for right now for our shoe. You can always go back in and change your shoes later if you'd like. I'll have a couple examples for your hair and your face, but for the most part, you need to draw a hair that comes in front of your head, okay, because there's hair like in the front. And then I'm going to do a side ponytail because that's what I usually wear to school, is a little side ponytail. You want to do whatever you feel like makes it look most like you, because this is supposed to be a self-portrait, which is a picture of ourselves. Then you can go back and change anything you'd like about your clothes. Okay, I'm going to change it so it looks like I'm wearing more of a quarter sleeve shirt. Erase any lines that you need to, because there's not really a line between your arm and your hand, so I erase that. You can add pockets, you can add a design on your shirt. I would suggest not adding words. Okay, when you add words, it can get very confusing and it's hard to make the words small enough. So if you want to do like a Nike logo or stripes or something like that, that's great, but I would keep it really simple. Maybe add some buttons, a pocket, a zipper. If you want to be wearing a hoodie, you could add a hood. Whatever you feel like makes it look like something that you would be wearing. You could even do the shirt you're wearing right now. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and add the face. Your eyes are an oval or a football shape. And then inside there is your pupil and your iris. Now, you need to simplify these if you're drawing it small, but I'm going to make a bigger one over here so you can kind of see how to make it look like a realistic eye. So I have my football shape or oval shape, then I'm adding my iris where the color of my eye is, and then my pupil, and I left a little white dot in my eye because there's always usually light that is shining on our eye, and it makes it look like our eye is real. Adding eyebrows, you can add eyelashes if you'd like. adding a nose. For the nose, I usually just do like an L type of line. Okay, that's curved a little bit more. So simplified nose. And then for the mouth, I'm just going to do a nice smile with a line on top so it looks like that I'm showing my teeth. But you'll be able to see a couple of examples of other things that you could do for your face. Once you're done drawing your self-portrait, you're going to go ahead and go over all of your pencil lines with a thin Sharpie. After you're done tracing all of the Sharpie lines, you're going to go over the entire portrait with an eraser. After you're done erasing all your pencil lines, go ahead and cut out your self-portrait using a bubble technique, okay, where you're cutting it out as if there is a bubble around your body. Then we're going to practice some I am sentences. So we're going to get a piece of scrap paper and we're going to write some sentences of things that you are. Okay, so I'm writing, I am an artist. I am a teacher. I am a good friend. Then we're going to glue it all together and add our sentences. So we're going to glue our self-portrait onto our background. Make sure that before you glue it, you've taken off all of the tissue paper. It should have dried and started to fall off, and then any pieces that haven't fallen off yet, you're going to need to just push off or peel off into the garbage. Glue your self-portrait on, and I usually flip over my paper and rub it really good to make sure it's sticking really well. Then we're going to glue our background onto a white sheet of paper. When you glue the background onto the white sheet of paper, try to center it as good as you can so there's white space on each side of your background. After your background is glued on, then you can go ahead and add your sentences. I did each sentence with a different color, going around the outside border in the white area. Make sure you write nice and neat.